June 25th, 2009. The death of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, sends shockwaves across the entire world. Jackson, who died shortly after this photo was taken, was the victim of acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication at the behest of his personal physician Conrad Murray. Strangely enough, the TMZ photographer who took this photo managed to beat the majority of ambulances and press to the scene, inciting questions on how they knew of the event in the brief time between Jackson's collapse and the ambulance's arrival. Jackson, arguably the most influential singer of all time, died at age 50 with 13 Grammy Awards and over 700 million albums sold. Robin Williams, whose impenetrable comedic legacy touched generation after generation due to his persistent appearance on film and stage, took his own life on August 11, 2014. In the final photo of him, taken just days before his passing, Williams coyly smiles with a monkey on his shoulder. His daughter Zelda Williams had a birthday just days before he took his own life. Williams' death stirred up a national conversation about suicide and depression, and in some cases, likely saved lives by normalizing how we speak about mental illness. Comedic legend Richard Pryor emphatically changed the game of stand-up comedy before going on to be a superstar actor in Hollywood during the 70s and 80s. Pryor, who inspired other comedians like Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams, and Steve Martin, died suddenly from a heart attack in 2005 at the age of 65. In the final photo before his passing, Pryor makes a funny face alongside actor Eddie Griffin. Today, Pryor's claim as the #1 stand-up comedian of all time remains untouched in terms of influence and popularity. Just hours before his untimely death, Ryan Dunn, who appears on the left of this photo, tweeted this picture of friendly drinks with his pals. Dunn, one of the staple characters of the popular series Jackass, was killed after a head-on collision with a tree at over 130 miles per hour. He and passenger Zachary Hardwell were killed instantly, both with a blood alcohol level twice the legal limit. Dunn's death prompted an emotional response from fans and friends, with Johnny Knoxville and other members of the Jackass team left emotionally traumatized from their co-star's passing. Character actor James Gandolfini, most well known for his portrayal of Tony Soprano in HBO's first monumental hit, The Sopranos, died suddenly on June 19, 2003, at the age of 51 by way of a heart attack. The last photo of him, taken a day before his death, shows Gandolfini on vacation with his family and friends while in Rome. His character Tony Soprano effectively made the character trope of the anti-hero in television as popular as it is today, and is often considered the inspiration of character types like Breaking Bad's Walter White and Boardwalk Empire's Nucky Thompson. Actor Paul Walker, last seen here in the vehicle that would take his life, was in the midst of playing the role that was his claim to fame, Brian O'Connor, in the Fast and Furious movies. In between shoot dates for Furious 7, Walker left one of his charity events in a 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, only to crash into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees in a speed zone of 45 miles per hour. At the time of his crash, it was estimated Walker was traveling at almost 100 miles per hour. Walker's death sent shockwaves around the country, and Furious 7 chose to keep most of Walker's footage in the movie, giving him a fitting send-off with a moving memorial. Considered one of the funniest women who ever lived, Joan Rivers was another comedian whose death, while not timely, was unexpected and without foresight. On September 4, 2013, Rivers died from complications during a routine and minor throat procedure days earlier. During the surgery, Rivers slipped into a coma and never awoke. She is seen here enjoying a night on the town just a day before her surgery, still as wily and energetic as ever. Her passing led to a multitude of tributes, and she was also a close friend of Robin Williams. Whitney Houston, whose powerful vocals led her to become a household name in the 80s and 90s, was last pictured leaving the True Hollywood Club after a night of partying Just hours later, the singer would be found underwater and unconscious in her bathroom, prescription pills littered all over the floor, in room 434 of the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Another mark of Houston's incredible fame as the most awarded female singing act of all time, room 434 is consistently booked and almost always unable to rent. Rock and roll legend Elvis Presley waves goodbye to a fan as he drives into Graceland from a night of partying in the last photo ever taken of him. The singer, considered the most influential musician of all time, was found the next afternoon by his fiancée Ginger Alden. Presley, who had been using the bathroom at the time of his death, had declining health up to this point for years due to the consistent misuse of drugs. Presley, for all his musical endeavors and cultural impact, was remembered in his final acts as a man too sickly and paranoid to be performing at all. His death received national attention for months. Innovator, inventor, and genius Steve Jobs was last photographed looking gaunt and sickly as a result of his battle with pancreatic cancer. Jobs strived for the perfect product all the way up to his death, and it's rumored that Jobs foresaw his own passing and kickstarted his passion projects to make sure he could see them through production. Jobs' final words to his family right before his passing speaks to his wondrous nature best of all. His family recalls the last thing they ever heard him say was, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow."